Hi there. Welcome to another edition of Counterpunch with Trevor Loudon, the show that details the ongoing world communist revolution and pushes back. Please like the show, share the show, subscribe to Epoch TV, check out trevorloudon.com for my books, DVDs, videos, etc. So today I'm going to do a little bit of preview of my upcoming book, House Un-Americans, Part 1. Now, last year I released my two books, Security Risk Senators, Parts 1 and 2, that exposed 30 currently serving US senators, their ties to pro-Iranian groups, pro-Chinese groups, Cuban groups, local communists, Muslim leftist groups, etc. And I said basically that all of these people would fail any form of basic background check. But there are no background checks in Congress. There are none in the Congress or the Senate at all. You need a background check to serve in the CIA or the FBI, but not to chair the Senate Intelligence Committee or the House Intelligence Committee. Do you think maybe the Chinese and the Iranians know about this? So, House Un-Americans, Part 1 of 6 volumes. The first part starts at Alabama's 7th Congressional District and ends up in California's 19th District. So I profile Terry Sewell from Alabama, going right through a couple from Arizona and a whole bunch from Northern California. So this first book deals with Northern California. The second book will deal with Southern California, Colorado, Connecticut, and DC. So, I've said for many years now that the House has probably got around 100 members who couldn't pass a background check to drive a school bus. So here's the proof in the pudding. I'm going to put my money where my mouth is. I'm going to profile very close to 100 members of Congress. And I guarantee you will be shocked at some of them. Some of them you may have suspicions about, but many of them you will be shocked. As I said in a recent episode, Kevin McCarthy, the new speaker, recently took Adam Schiff and Eric Swalwell off the House Intelligence Committee, and he took Ilhan Omar off the Foreign Affairs Committee. As I said at the time, that's a great start, but there's about close to 100 more that need to be removed as well. If national security is the standard that Kevin McCarthy used to remove those people, if you apply that same standard, at least close to another 100 need to go. So I'll give a few previews. Terry Sewell of Alabama's 7th District, the only Democrat representative in the state. Now, did you know that during the civil rights era, the Communist Party sent a whole bunch of people into the southern states, including Alabama, to get active, to start agitating amongst racial minorities in the region to start getting a foothold in the South, because the South was always the weak spot for the communist movement in America. There weren't much unions. The South tended to be very conservative and Christian and not good territory for communist revolution. Well, the communists went in there and they used race because that's all they had to work with. So they became experts at using race. Now, these networks in Alabama morphed. They became Maoists, many of them. Some of them got involved in the Line of March and the League of Revolutionary Struggle and the League of Revolutionaries for New America. And they set up networks all through the Black Belt, Birmingham, Alabama, and other places in the South. And Terry Sewell has been very actively involved with these networks. She's directed money to these networks. She's worked with their members. She has gone to their meetings and their conferences. She is their ally. And these are the remnants of the communists who came into the South in the 1960s. And she's working with them to this very day. Now, flipping over to Arizona, you see everything's alphabetical. I take the states in alphabetical order, then the congressional districts within those states in numerical order. So in Arizona, let's have a look at District 3. That's a man called Ruben Gallego. He's regarded as a left-wing Democrat, but not usually regarded as a communist. In my book, Security Risk Senators, I profiled Kyrsten Sinema, the senator from Arizona, and detailed her very deep ties to the Communist Party in Arizona. Those ties persisted at least till 2018. Now they've soured a little bit on Kyrsten. Now Kyrsten has left the Democratic Party and is sort of trying to moderate her image, even though she's still pursuing things like DACA amnesty, which is a communist program 100%. But anyway, the Arizona communists are a bit disappointed in Kyrsten Sinema, and they're looking for a replacement in the US Senate. So Ruben Gallego is the man. So what is happening is a network of progressive Democrats of America, Democratic Socialists of America, Our Revolution, the left wing of the Arizona Democratic Party, and the Communist Party USA have got behind Ruben Gallego and are actively trying to ruin things for Kyrsten Sinema. So they're campaigning against Sinema, and they're very actively campaigning with and for Gallego. And Gallego has no way of saying these people, I don't know they're Marxist, I don't know they're socialists. Many of them are public communists. Many of them are public socialists. But Ruben Gallego works with them nonetheless. They are the backbone of his Senate campaign for 2024. And when people in Arizona realize how deeply Ruben Gallego is in bed with the communists and socialists, I think his support will wane. Now let's move over to Northern California. Over 3/4 of Volume 1, and there will be 6 volumes, by the way, over 3/4 of Volume 1 deals with Northern California. I had to split California across 2 volumes. There was just too many of them for one book. Now I'll go to the 2nd district. That's Jared Huffman. His territory stretches basically along the coast of California from the Golden Gate Bridge up into the Oregon border. Now, given his district, you'd expect him to be very involved in environmental issues, and he is. He is the Democratic Party's leading green socialist. He pushes his socialism through the environmental movement. He's heavily involved in a national environmental organization, works with them, was part of them, was legal counsel for them for many years, still works with them today. They push his bills, he pushes their causes. And that organization has deep ties to Russia, allegedly funded by Putin's Russia. It also has deep ties to the Chinese Communist Party, and many of its members are close to the Chinese Communist Party. They have an office in Beijing, and Jared Huffman works extremely closely with his organization, has done for 20 years now. Now, Jared Huffman is also tied to NIAC, the National Iranian American Council. That is Iran's leading lobby group in the United States. That is basically the mouthpiece of the mullahs. But Jared Huffman has absolutely no problem working with these people.